In this video, I'm going to be explaining some strategies to help your fat loss and weight loss goals by using a tool called NEAT. We're going to be taking a deep dive into your energy expenditure to help you fast track your body composition and fat loss goals. Let's get after it. When we talk about fat loss and weight loss, we need to understand we're talking about energy balance. We're going to look at energy incoming from diet and nutrition, and we also need to look at energy output, your energy expenditure. Today specifically, we're going to talk about NEAT. Non-exercise activity thermogenesis, because it does have influence over your energy expenditure, which can help fast track your fat loss results. When I have clients that come to me and they want fat loss goals, whether they're a busy professional, they're a physique competitor, an athlete, a busy mother, general gym enthusiasts, I pay attention to NEAT. And I have found that if we can make the right variables and adjustments with NEAT specifically, you can get much, much faster and greater results with your fat loss goals. So what is NEAT exactly? Now remember, it stands for non-exercise activity thermogenesis. So very simply, it just means everything that is non-exercise. It's not when you're going to do your workout at the gym or in the workout class or boot camp. It's going to be your activity, movement, outside that session. Very simply, it can be your steps for a day, for example. That's what I like to track. I like to track steps because it's an easy one to actually get some data on, know exactly how much you're doing, and an easy variable also to adjust up or adjust down. So we're looking at everything outside your exercise, and then we can make adjustments to fast track your weight loss goals. Now that we understand that it's got to do with everything outside the exercise, with movement, our expenditure, what are some targets or what are some things we can do to actually influence NEAT to help fast track your weight loss results? As I touched on, I like to track things like steps. Very simple movement in a day. And you can get tools such as a Fitbit, Apple Watch. There are a lot of smartwatches out there that can, to a degree, track your steps pretty precisely. And then you can set up some targets, keep things consistent, or even regress sometimes if it's needed. So one big tip that I give you guys, if you want to really fast track your weight loss and fat loss results, is to start tracking your NEAT. Get a measurement tool like a Fitbit, a smartwatch. I don't recommend to use your phone at times. It can be unreliable to track steps. But then you start tracking your steps in a week. So you get this device, it's going to measure your output with NEAT, and then you can see how many steps you do on average over 7 days. And then from there, you can have a baseline. Usually what I recommend, if your lifestyle is pretty sedentary, you're not moving too much throughout the day, try to start with at least 8,000 steps per day. With the steps and movement, you're going to burn some calories. You're going to get more energy expenditure. A guideline, everyone's a little bit different, but a guideline that I like to say from what I've seen in studies and what goes around with information is that every 5,000 steps burns around 250 calories. Whether that's precise for everyone, that's not going to be the most important thing to get fixated on. What is important is to understand the more output or the more steps you do or the more NEAT you have, the more fat loss and weight loss potential you have as well. I usually recommend if you have a pretty sedentary lifestyle, get a baseline over 7 days, know what you're currently doing, try to shoot for 8,000 steps if that's the next level up. If you're already active, try next then to go to 10,000 steps per day. Usually if I have someone who's pretty active with their lifestyle or I have physique competitors, I won't go usually more than 15,000 steps per day in my recommendation, okay? Because that can, there's a point where it's just too much movement, unless someone has that kind of lifestyle where they're on their feet all day. So they're kind of the three levels, 8,000, 10,000, 15,000 steps per day. And from experience with clients, those that pay attention to their NEAT, as I've said before, can really fast track their weight loss and fat loss goals. Because think about it, you may only burn a few hundred calories during your workout. But now if you understand, hey, if as a marker even though it might be not as accurate, you might be plus 100 or negative 100 calories. If you do 5,000 steps per day and you do 10,000, right, that's an additional 500-ish calories you may be burning versus if you're doing just 2,000 steps. So if you start to pay attention to these variables and you want more attention to detail with your fat loss and weight loss results, NEAT is going to be a powerful tool for you to manipulate over time. So very simply, get a tracker, start measuring your steps in a week, set up some targets, hit them consistently. And the other cool thing about this as well is anyone can do it. You can go outside, you can get some movement. You can get it just walking. When I've been competing in bodybuilding shows before, I would walk back and forwards just in my room to hit my step target before going to bed. There's many different ways to do it, right? Or you can go outside, you can go on a treadmill. I don't recommend to have the step tracker on while training. For instance, if you're purposely doing exercise like light intensity or HIIT training, you take your stepper off and then put it back on. Because remember, we want to measure everything outside training. But it can be a fantastic tool, NEAT, because it's not too demanding on the body. There's not too much inflammation, as in your muscles don't have to recover too bad from it compared to your strength training routine, which means then you can do more volume of it. And it can be really, really useful to help fast track, once again, your fat loss results. So guys, there's a few reasons or tips and things that I've seen in my experience helping clients achieve, their body composition, physique competitor results. And it's a great tool for you guys to take away that you can implement starting right now to help fast track your results as well. So if that sounds cool and you learned something throughout this video, please give it a like, comment down below any feedback or any questions you may have as well. We have some free resources down below too. We also have our coaching service, whether it's face-to-face at our studio or online coaching. We help clients throughout the world. And then we have our supplement range, our performance supplement range you can check out in the links below as well. So guys, thank you for tuning in. I look forward to the next video. Remember, pay attention to NEAT if you really want to fast track your fat loss and weight loss goals.